An AI agent just deleted a developer's entire real database even after being told not to. Here's what happened. Jason Lemkin, who's not just a well-known SaaS veteran, but also a user of Replit AI, took to Twitter to share what happened with his coding AI agent with Replit. He specifically told the agent to not mess with his live data, but it did anyway and wiped his 80 hours worth of code. And the reason is it got confused. It couldn't differentiate between a live environment and a test environment. The crisis management came immediately from the Replit CEO, who took to Twitter to respond to Jason. And he said that that was a mistake and they're actively working on it by providing distinction between a live environment and a test environment, and also giving a safe mode where coders can now just play code and not run it, and also about backups. But here are two biggest takeaways we can take from this story. Number one being the best way to deal with any crisis or a business is to be honest and transparent. And the second is AI is a very powerful tool, but at this stage, it still needs to be handled with care. So always sandbox your tools, have a backup, and maybe just yet do not provide full access to a robot coder.
Yes, Harshini, and like you said, Amjad Masad, the founder of Replit, his reply to Jason has been a masterclass on crisis communication, and that reminded me of another crisis communication, which is in contrast. Last year, there was an outage on CrowdStrike, and the apology that the CEO issued at that time was a masterclass on what not to do. So I think users can compare and contrast both to understand the do's and don'ts of how to effectively manage a crisis on social media. A modern twist to traditional workout equipment. So Harshini, there is this Indian brand called Tagda Raho, which is bringing traditional workout equipment back in vogue. So they manufacture these equipments called Mudgars and Gadas, which are the Indian equivalent of maces. And not just that, they also sell courses that go along with it. Now, there's nothing new in that. But they've done something very recently, which is highly innovative, in my opinion. You see, these equipments have stayed the same way for centuries altogether. They are single body tools with a fixed grip, fixed shape, and fixed weight. So if you wanted equipment of different weights, you had to buy multiple pieces together. So now Tagda Raho, they have come up with a modular adjustable design that lets you change the grip and the weight that goes along with the body. So what this means is that, as you can see in the video, you can just change the grip to and the weight just to work out different muscles of the body, right? So I think this is a wonderful lesson for other businesses as well. So if there is something complex, break it down into simpler stuff so that you can just plug and play, and you can also make replacing things easier. Now in this case, Tagda Raho has made it easy for its customers to save space and also do more with less.
Now that you share this type of business, when I'm also inspired to share one other business I came across. They're called Subtle Impacts. The problem that they're tackling might sound very simple, but it makes so much more sense. I mean, who likes weights or workouts or any other equipment laid across, against your working mat or your garage or wherever you work? So they decided to take this as a challenge and turn their weights into home decor. So it solves two-in-one function. They also serve as a weight and also as a home decor. And here they position design as a function, which I think most of the businesses overlook, which is a very unique proposition on itself. So it's very nice to come across such businesses.
This is a great example. So if there is an unexpected visitor and they happen to see a dumbbell, they might be off-put, but now they have something that looks pleasing and they might not even think that this is what it's used for.
Yeah, and you can keep a lot of kids away from your home decor.
Yeah.
There is proof that this one thing can save any business that's close to shutting down back to its feet. And the proof comes from this restaurant called Higgins from Portland. So the founders took to social media to share the news, saying that due to slow business that they are shutting down. But something came up the very next day. Close to 75 plus reservation came back from the community to show that this place actually matters more. This isn't just a restaurant story, but it's also about how powerful community can be and how powerful community support is needed for today's businesses.
Very true, Harshini. I happened to see the Facebook post by the founders of the restaurant, and in contrast to the kind of comments that we see generally on brands and businesses, this one was really wholesome. There were hundreds of comments and hundreds of shares, and it's all people who have been loyalists to the restaurant for decades altogether, and they are like, this is a very sad development, and we don't want this to happen because we have so many memories attached to this establishment. We have discussed in previous episodes about how a vibrant customer community matters to businesses, and this incident is a great proof of the community pudding. That brings us to the end of this episode. For the ad of the week, we present the billboard ads by Asana, a Chennai-based wellness clinic. These ads have gone viral for the right reasons. We love the ads because they take a taboo subject and make it more approachable and relatable by infusing humor to them. The result speaks for itself. The clinic has received over 1,500 enquiries within 4 months, which is commendable for an establishment that deals with a tricky area of health and wellness. That concludes this episode of the Weekly CX Catch-up, where we deliver late news with the latest insights. Until next time.